Morning. A little hot coffee in the morning. It's a beautiful Sunday morning, August 24th. Had a day off yesterday. Needed a day off yesterday. We worked in the store yesterday. Had a really good day. Lots of people came in. My wife visited with tons of people. She had a lot of fun time. Our friend who sells flowers came into the shop and set up her bouquets and flowers, and she was in the store most of the day with us, with her boyfriend, and it's always a fun time when she's in there. She's so light and happy. She brings such an atmosphere to the store, really lifts my spirits, my wife's spirits, and mine too, but just makes it really nice and festive when she's in there. So we had a really good day, and then all four of us went out to pizza for dinner last night. They were trying to figure out where they wanted to go, and they went to one of our favorite pizza places. Fantastic place. So I choked down a bunch of pizza against my will. Yeah, right. So today we're gonna get back to the grind. You know what? I'm trying to enjoy my life and still work out and still maintain some health, but it doesn't mean I'm not going to eat, you know, and enjoy my life. I'm not overeating. I'm not eating tons of junk food and crap. I am still maintaining a decent diet, a good diet, a healthy diet. And I'm still enjoying my life while I'm still doing X3 consistently, working out, trying to get my walks in consistently, and trying to do a few other fun things that I like to do. Am I built like some of these influencers on YouTube or whatever? These guys that are just chiseled and that's all they do? No, I'm not built like that. I'm not taking TRT. I'm not taking anything except for coffee and protein, whether that's perfect aminos, whether that's fortigen, or whether that's whey protein. I find that I like the perfect aminos and the fortigen the best. The whey protein kind of gives me a little not very good gas, and the wife does not like that. So I tend to use the fortigen or the perfect aminos. Depends on whatever my money can afford, because the fortigen is really expensive and it is really good. Perfect aminos, not as expensive, but it is very good. So that's it. And I'm just trying to get out here and get the work on. I enjoy the grind. I enjoy the trying to get every last rep out of those. And you know what? So for me, that's just my goal right now, is to get better. Every time I do these, get better, one more rep, get more effort out of it, get more fatigue out of it, and force my body to grow and to show up and talk to myself in the morning and let you all watch. So that's my morning wake up talk, and we're gonna do legs and arms today. Who doesn't like doing arms? But we're gonna do them after we do legs. So we're gonna do probably 2 sets of split squats today. We're gonna do it with the black band to start out with, then we'll probably drop down the band and really try and go slow and make them burn even more. Yay, burn legs. Who likes to burn legs? Legs are such, I like doing them, I feel great after doing them, but man, it takes up so much energy to do your legs. That's why I want to do my legs first before I do arms or do anything else. That's why I've kind of switched this program around to a push-pull and then arms, legs. For me, I kind of like that. I know, wake up this in the morning, that I've got legs first thing, fresh, and just grind them until you can't stand, and grind them until you can't stand, and then we'll get some energy, and then we'll do arms, because I like doing arms. Who doesn't like doing arms? All right, let's get this going. Right, got my mouth guard here, so I grip my teeth really good while I'm getting to the deep fatigue zone. Got the black band set up here, and nice and slow, and let's just see what we can get. I've already done a couple single squats just to kind of wake up. I did a bunch of deep knee squats, body weight to warm up and get everything loosened up, but I like going fresh, because life doesn't always give you a chance to do all warm-ups and everything, you know, before you have to get into the fight and do something. Sometimes you got to instantly go, so I like training to instantly go. There we go. All right, keep that pressure on. All right. You see, when I first came up, I wasn't keeping my leg totally planted on that plate, so it kind of came up with me as I was getting into position. Keep your concentration on keeping that foot down, and then get your position. Whew. We're gonna take a break, and we'll do the left leg. All right, it's about 2.5, 3 minute rest. Now we're gonna do left leg. All right, 14 pushes. I barely got the 14th up, but I got to 14. We're gonna take a break and we're gonna set up, and I'm gonna do the same thing I'm gonna do with the green band, because I really want to get more fatigue deeper into the legs. All right, that was about a 2 minute rest. I've set up, I've got the green band, marked my reps down on my sheet, and I can see that I got more reps this time than the first time. The first time I only got 12 reps on each leg with the black band. This time I got 13 and 14, so that's an improvement. Now, I expect after this point to really, those reps, those points of getting better are gonna become harder and harder, because I'm older, and that's kind of my max at this point. So in order for me to push my max even higher, I really gotta grind. So that's why we're gonna do a second set with the green band, and I wanna push it longer into the fatigue to force my muscles to say, hey, we need to grow. We still wanna be strong, we need to grow. So that's what I'm trying to do right here. I got 12 with that. And those were significantly easier because that band is a lot less tension than the black band. But I really wanted to control going down and then control coming back up and try and burn out somewhere between 10 and 12, which is what I did. Whew. So we're gonna take a break and do the left leg next. All right, that's enough break. It's about a minute and a half. We're gonna do the left leg, then we can move on to doing some arms. We got 13 with that burnout set. Like I said, I'm trying to time that, go nice and slow, so that I'm completely fatigued by 10, 12 reps. And go slow while you're doing that. One of the reasons I also like using the band the old-fashioned way instead of using that weight belt. When you pick anything up in life, you're using your full body as you're using your legs to stand up. When I pick the scooter up and I load it into the truck or the back of the van, I'm using my upper body and my legs to pick that up and move it. So I like that ability of this to have my whole upper body tight and engaged while I'm cranking out the legs. Especially when you're doing that black band, you can really feel that band pulling you forward. So just if you're fighting against that, and then to really grinding into that, you're using your whole body to do that split squat. Whew, all right, take a break and we're gonna set up and we got biceps and triceps coming up. All right, we are sufficiently rested. So now we're gonna do some biceps. Green band, short bar, regular bar. Just go as far as I can go till I burned out. Then we're gonna switch over to the long bar with the blue band and then really grind out the last burnout sets. Oh, 26. $26 with the green, 13 I think it was with the blue. Really trying not to, once I get fatigued, trying not to shrug the shoulders, plant the shoulders down, and then really trying to just use that bicep to pull that bar up along my body, squeezing that bar and pushing it in to really keep that contact, and then really keeping those biceps stretched and then contracted. And then with the blue band, I was really trying to hold and squeeze as hard as I could, get a good stretch, come up, same thing along the body as high as I can, just contracting, holding that contraction. I have crappy biceps as far as the size, but I do have strength. Whew. All right, we're gonna catch our breath. We're gonna do triceps. All right, ready to go with triceps, and I already know I'm about to put my shirt back on because my back is very sweaty and I don't want that band slipping off and taking the back of my neck off or something. All right, first set, black band, short bar, just triceps extensions. Burn them out, and then we're gonna switch over and do the red band behind the head, trying to get that full stretch. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 20, 26 pushes. Oh yeah, 26 with that black band. Once I hit that fatigue and my range started going shorter, I really wanted to come down, hold it and pause, really keeping the concentrated tricep, coming back in slow, feeling the full stretch, and then back out slow in the fatigue zone. Before that, I was just, burning out, really trying to burn that top end zone out. Nice, fast out, back in with slow under control, fast out, back in, slow under control. And once I hit that fatigue zone, then really slowing it down and feeling the burn in the triceps. And same thing with behind the head. Really trying to get my elbows back as far as I can, getting that full stretch as much as I can. I'm kind of a long boned person, so packing a lot of meat on is not what I want to do. I want to stay where I'm at. If anything, lose body weight and keep the muscle I do have. That's fantastic. So at my advanced age of just shy of 60, still working out like I still want to gain as much muscle as I can, forcing the body to work overtime. All right, we're going to finish off with calves the way I like to do them, standing up, holding onto the pole, and really going high on my tippy toes like a ballerina. All right, last set of X3 today. One set with the blue band up on my shoulders, holding onto the pole for stability, and really trying to come up onto my tippy toes as high as I can like a ballerina, which I am not. But I want to engage as much of my toes as I can, digging in, really making that calf work. 20. 40. 60. 61. 62. 70. 80. Oh. I feel like old man walking. Oh. Got 80 on those. Once I hit 60, then I really wanted to slow it down for the last 20 or so and really grind down on top of the toes, using that pole if I had to help myself get higher up onto the toes, really digging the toes in. Oh, I can feel like my calves are actually growing and working. They feel stronger. I like doing this a little bit lighter weight right now as I'm trying to get into that, like I said, getting up into that top of the toe position like a ballerina, way up on her toes. And if you look at any ballerina or dancers, they have phenomenal calves because they go way up on their toes, and their workouts are insane, and they just do body weight, one-legged body weight in ballerina positions going way up on their toes. That is phenomenal strength. I can't do that, but I'm training some way where I can possibly do that. So that's the goal. Whew, all right. That's it for today's workout. We are done for today's workout. This weekend as I was working the store or whatever I was doing, as I was getting the wife up, I like to listen to podcasts in the morning. Informational podcasts, something that interests me. And so I found a couple interviews with Dr. J, with Mr. Heart America, and I was listening to those interviews, listening to talk to about his, obviously the X3 and Mr. Heart America, national, Mr. Universe, natural bodybuilding champion. He's my age. Looks phenomenal. Of course, he's been training since he was in his 20s, and he's been a trainer, and he's been a bodybuilder all of his life. And he looks fabulous, fantastic. I'm a regular guy. I'm just a regular dude. Just a regular dude who worked a real job. Before I met my wife, I was in the Marine Corps, and was young and thin. And then I got out and I was a truck driver in town in Sacramento. I was a truck driver for Coca-Cola. So I delivered Coke for 7 or 8 years. And I was going to the gym constantly at that time. And I was working out with some friends, and they were the mass volume type guys. I was the Mike Mentzer 1-2 sets to total burnout and then move on to something else because you want to give your body rest. And eventually they kind of switched over to my training style because they wanted to work out with me. Not that I was anything fantastic, but we were good friends. And you know what? Me and Donnie, we loved to compete against each other. We whatever it was, the bench press, the rows, whatever. He was a couple years older than me, a little bit shorter, and he had those short arms for bench press and everything. But I would keep up with him. And he'd been lifting a long time. He was a pretty good dude, pretty big sized. So it was a competition. Always when we lifted, it was a competition. So by the time I got out of the Marine Corps at 24, by the time I hit 30, I went from 190 pounds to 230 pounds, putting on muscle, just going to the gym all the time, eating tons of food, working out all the time, driving truck and doing all that. And then about 30, I went and got a real job and I joined the prison system to become a prison guard because I needed to do something that was going to give me a career, give me a retirement, give me medical, give me all that stuff, which I have. I'm retired now. I have a really good pension. Medical covers me and covers my wife with her disability, so I made the right decision for me. But all that time that I was working in the prison, I wasn't necessarily, I guess I wanted to look good when I went to the beach or took my shirt off, but I was more concerned with having strength and being able to deal with things that happen on the job when you're working in a situation like that. And I saw and dealt with many situations as I went through my 25-year career doing that. So I am just your average guy, went to the gym, worked out. There were times I had kettlebells, I've got kettlebells, I was doing all that functional fitness stuff. And I like kettlebells. The problem with kettlebells, I don't like with it, as I'm older now. All you have to do is just something wrong, you overdo it, and you're throwing a back out, you're throwing a hip out, you're throwing a shoulder out, you're throwing something out, and then you're injured and you're effed. And my situation right now, my wife relies on me to take care of her. I can't get injured. X3, since I've been doing it since August of 2021, I've been doing it consistently. There was times that I went to the gym for a couple months just to see how it transitioned, and then I came back to the X3 because I like the X3 better. But I'm able to get the burnout, the fatigue, the strength, and I don't have ligaments and tendon issues. Am I as ripped as some of these online influencers? No. But I'm the real guy that shows up every day and does the X3 and works out on it and shows you that you can get strong. You just learn to go deep into that fatigue zone and push it every time. Learn to love the burn. You will get stronger. If you have a lifestyle where you can diet down and you can lose all that weight and you can get shredded, great for you. That's not working for me. I have a different lifestyle. I want my wife to enjoy her life because her disability has ruined her life and ours together. So I try and give her as much life as she can with her disability. So I want to remain healthy. For me, the X3 is the way to do. I can get out here every day. I can pound out my reps. I can get the burn on. I can make my muscles grow. And if I want to do burpees, if I want to do sandbags, if I want to do other things, I will do those because I like doing those. But for me, the X3 is the thing I gotta go to all the time. I am starting to lean out. I'm starting to fast a little bit more again. Starting to, keep the diet. There's things I'm trying to keep out of the diet as much as I can, and trying to fast more is the best way for me to do that. And then just eat, 2 good meals and hit my macros or close to my macros, but get my protein in with Fortigen or Perfect Aminos. Like I said, I'm on a fixed income. I don't have a plethora of money available to have boxes of Fortigen in my house where I can just take multiple scoops a day. And that's it. That's my rant. Like I said, I was watching Dr. J and his interviews, and I see all of his ads, with all these guys that are all chiseled, and that's great. That's fantastic. Those guys look fantastic. But I'm just the regular guy. I'm the guys that buy these things, that buy this and want to stay healthy and get strong. I think I should be the guy that's showing you, yes, you can continue to do this. I'm not your ad guy, but I'm at least the guy that's showing you can show up every day and you can get stronger every time. When we first bought our truck, this is a perfect example. First bought our truck in 2000, right after COVID started, and we just put brand new big tires on it, and we were coming out of town. I had to go to a town over to do that, and it started raining, and my wife's scooter was in the back of the truck, and she's all like, oh my God, the scooter's gonna get wet. So I pulled over on the side of the freeway, and the back door is big enough to get the scooter all the way in, and it was starting to rain really good. So I jerked that scooter down. I got it, and I went to go pick it up, and I went to put it into the truck with the whole thing assembled, and I could barely pick it up. And this is before I started working out with the X3. This is right after I retired. And I thought I was strong. I mean, I was doing kettlebells and doing all this other stuff, but it almost blew my back out. So after that, I started breaking the scooter down to take it apart, because you can take the battery off, and you can take the motor off, and you can take the seat off, and you break it down. Now, fast forward to today. For years now, since I've been doing the X3 consistently, I can pick that whole scooter up and load it into the truck, either the back of the truck or the side of the truck or the back of the van. I can pick the whole thing up without breaking it off. And as much as my wife likes to go places, and we may go multiple places in a day, I'm picking that thing up and taking it down multiple times. And when you break that thing apart, it becomes very arduous and very time consuming. And there's also a way when you click the motor in, that if you do it wrong, you can cross thread something, and then you're kind of screwed. So I like keeping the whole thing together when I do that. Now I can pull the battery out, which weighs about 40 pounds itself, and do it. And I've done that before when I had some low back issues, to make it a little bit lighter. But now I don't have those issues, and I can pick that whole scooter up and just manipulate it around like it's nothing, because I am constantly working with the X3 and keep myself in good shape. So rant over, done. If you watch to this far and you see my rant at the end, at least give me a thumbs up so I know that you watched the whole video and you listen to my rant at the end. That's not always what the workouts are. The workouts are more for the workouts, because I like to make myself get more reps when I come out here and I video myself get more reps. I look to see what I did over there before. I know I want to get at least one more, or at least another attempt at one more when I'm coming out here. So that's it for today. It's Sunday. We're going to go enjoy the day, because I think we have a day off. I'm working in a store. Our daughter's going to work. And I probably have lots of things to do around the house, which I'm sure she will make sure I get done. So get it done. Go live your life. I will see you. Tomorrow is treatment for her, but I do have upper body, so I need to get out here early in the morning and do my push-pull routine. So I'll see you tomorrow with push-pull.